Okay, here's where we're at. Been coming every night after work and stripping this topsoil. See the cuts coming right there. Pulled all that off. An absolute mountain of topsoil over there. Not just to get topsoil, but we're gonna drive all through here and that will just turn to mud. Can't have it. Probably said that before. Now, just getting set up to actually start digging. So I got my laser set here, which is kind of the high corner of the house, right there. And up here in this other corner, high corner there, the shop goes, is 8 feet higher. All right, a little update. Been coming every night after work. I've been working a lot here. But you can see we're kind of getting this cut down. That was that big ravine over there. It's getting filled in. We're getting like a 40-foot extension to our yard right there. These rocks, every one of them seems to be sticking up about that far into my grade, and I have to dig all the way down and cut them out. So I'll video one of those. If you see, I don't know if you see it right there. There's a stake. You got to get over to there. That's the side of the shop. Well's going right there, and he's coming in like a week. Not the right machine for this job. It's too small, but it works. So I just got to keep cranking. I got my forklift over here. I have a bucket for that. Definitely not the right tool for the job, but I own them. I don't have to pay for them. Got to save as much money as I can. Just keep plugging. I think I'm saving money. It's just fuel. I don't know. Anyway, so I got a couple big rocks right here, and I'm going to come down and dig out, and you'll see just how painful that is. It's a good machine, but it's just not big enough. All right, let's dig out some big rocks. Once I got a bunch of overburden, I would call and hire one of these dump trucks to come on Saturday. And we've already moved a ton of dirt off of that. Where the dump truck's sitting, there was a pile 15 feet high and covered that whole pad. Did one full day of loading with the loader. I'm just using my telehandler here. It's not very good for this job. It's super slow, but it's the cheapest way to move this dirt. So I just pound away at it. The wind is blowing right in my face, and when I was done, I looked like Casper the Friendly Ghost. I was completely covered in dust. But we just kept pushing until we got all that clear, and then I can start digging again. This is my 11-year-old son Hap getting some time on the excavator. Been able to get all my kids up there and try to teach them how to run equipment. It's just handy to know. No matter where you're at in the world, it's handy to know how to run equipment. As we started moving farther back in the cut, it got deeper and deeper. Back corner was a full 8 feet deep that I had to dig. So I just kept plowing away with the little mini, trying to get it all done. Once I'd get all that done, I'd kind of scratch a little bit of a final grade, like right here, just kind of looking at my other reference points, trying to level out whatever I could. Then I would jump out with the laser, shoot a couple spots, paint where I know is on grade, get back in, do another cut. Haven't updated for a while because I've just been digging like crazy. Just digging and digging. It's a boring video. That was all smooth, easy digging, great actually. And then I run into this 1, 2, 3, 4 monster rocks all in a row. I don't know what I did to the gods, but here we go. You might enjoy this. Ricardo and I got a job. We gotta get that big old rock from here to over there. So we're gonna drill chains, pull, push with the skid steer. See how it works. You're probably wondering what I'm doing down here with this rock wall. Well, we got so much dirt piled up. I'm waiting on dump trucks and I want to keep moving, so went down to try to stack up this rock wall. This is right below where the back deck of the house is going to hang down. Rock walls, anybody can stack a bunch of rocks, but to make them look good is an art, and I don't have it. I'm just learning. This rock wall does not turn out very good in my opinion, but I'm learning. I'll get better. It's you put the rocks in, and then you've got to backfill behind it. You got to put a bunch of material behind it. Compaction behind that would be the best. And you don't want your rock wall going straight vertical. It's got to lay back at like a, I don't know, 20-degree angle. I don't know the exact specs, but it's a trick. Man, I'll tell you, the thumb on this Mini X saves me so much work. It just, for cleanup, is the coolest tool I've ever had. Love it. This was kind of exciting. This is the first scoop where the house goes, digging into that bank. I dug back about 20 feet, but it's just too much work for this little machine. It will reach down, but it's just a pain in the butt. So I'm going to bring in a big machine to dig the rest of the basement. It's just too much work. Not cost effective to do it this way. But this was an exciting day. Felt like I was getting something done. Alright, good morning. I haven't updated in a while. Let me show you what we got going on. Been digging a lot. Oh. So, that's the corner of the shop. I've dug everything out to grade and piled it up here. We already hauled off one mountain of dirt here. Tons of dirt. But today and lately, so the well is going to go right there. But the well guy has been telling me next week for 7 weeks. So I decided to put this rock wall in before he puts that wellhead in because it's going to be hard to get around. So I'm moving these. That lift will pick up 8,000 pounds and it won't pick up those rocks. That's how heavy they are. So just been fighting that with this small equipment. If I had big equipment, this would be easy. So today, got a friend coming. We're gonna try to finish out that and get rid of that rock pile. We're into November now, so my fall start's not happening. Might get a permit in like January, I don't know. And this area is gonna get pounded with snow. So I'm doing all I can before I get snowed out. But we got, whoa, almost fell off the hill. The house is right there. And there's a grade. See where that's, I don't know if you see that scooter. I started at that grade. That's the top of the foundation of the house. We graded this whole thing here at that grade. Then over here is the front of the shop, kind of like the apron to the shop where your vehicles will go. And about there, I stepped up a foot, cut that. Front of the shop, I stepped up another foot, cut that. So I don't have so much water flow, but I'll show you a rock I'm never gonna move. I don't know what I'm gonna do. That thing, that's 12 feet long and 6 feet wide. I don't know. I have no idea what to do. I gotta get bigger equipment up here. Anyway, that's where we're at. Mountains and piles of dirt. I'm not the world's greatest excavator, so I don't put a lot on here because most of it I look pretty stupid. And all the excavators will laugh and slaughter me in the comments, but this was all free. Everything I've done so far is just fuel. And that you can't beat. So, alright, I'll set up a little time lapse of this fiasco rock wall, eh? Alright, see ya. On this rock wall I did a lot better job. I had a lot more rocks to choose from, a lot more room to work in. I had a friend with a forklift come down, help get them around. Some of these rocks are so dang heavy that there's just no way I can pick them up with the Mini. I can barely pick them up with that forklift. But we were able to just kind of mix and match. I mean, we're in such a time crunch this time. I had plenty of time to take my time and make it look. It turned out really nice. Ooh, today's a big day. I've been waiting since August, and today is December 12th for that rig to show up. It has been a pain in the butt, but they're here. Finally. We got about 6 inches of snow last night. They got all set up. The drill head is ready to go. This is the last thing I need. Proof of water, and I can apply for my permit. Awesome. Got these mountains of dirt still to deal with, but I don't know nothing about wells. But that sucker's going in, they say maybe 180 feet. So I'm not super emotional, but I'm freaking excited right now. This is as excited as you'll see me ever. I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's get this done. This has been going on for like a year, this house already. I just want to get started. I want to work on it. Excited. Let's see what they do. If it doesn't snow them out. So here's what the bit is. It's not a drill like you'd think. Pipe spins and this just rolls, and they just sit and break the rock as they roll around, and water comes out, breaks the rock up, pumps it up the side of the stack. A little different than I thought it was. So I'd never been around a drill before, and this was all pretty fascinating to me. That mud water is a slurry mix. I can't remember what they put in it, but they make it thick enough that the chips that the rocks break down below can be suspended in that thick chocolate milk liquid, push up the side of the drill hole, and then flow into that pit, and then all the rocks settle out. And they also check what's coming up to know what they're digging through, because we hit a lot of granite, which surprises me because I've never seen a piece of granite in this county ever. But see here, it's just beating on a piece of granite trying to get through. And then they could look at the chunks that are coming up, figure out what they've got. We had granite and basalt, or not basalt, but obsidian. Weird stuff I would have never pictured. It was really hard because it was super cold. They'd have to drain the whole truck, all the water systems every night. Really a pain in the butt. Most of the time I don't have any idea what they're doing, but I know they're splitting the pipe here and adding another stick to it and going down for more water. We drilled 160 feet. We went through 3 different layers of water, but the water in this canyon has a lot of sulfur to it. We were trying to get below that sulfur, but it's still coming through, so I'm gonna have to add a lot of filters in the house. But we got good flow of water. Just the only downfall was the sulfur, but we already knew that. All the neighbors have the same problem. So when you hit water, it's not like the movies. It doesn't shoot up over the top of the rig. They actually come in afterwards and blow air down the pipe and push the water up to try to clean out and run a lot of water through the gravel through the sides of the hole. So it's not like thinking the movies. It spitters out here, but we still have good water. I always thought that was steel casing went all the way to the bottom of the hole, but they just put a 6-foot piece around. It's a PVC line that goes all the way to the bottom, and they jam this in around it with clay, and the clay absorbs the water and locks that thing tighter than tight, like concrete. It's kind of hard to get in, but they put that all in, cap it off, and then they'll come back a little later and put the well pump in. Hopefully I'm around, I can get video of that. Pretty interesting process. About the last thing I was able to accomplish before the weather got really bad was screening all this rock. Super rocky, and I have this screen. It'll give you 2-inch minus 2-inch wide or smaller rocks will fall through the bottom. Ricardo scoops them up with the skid steer. We hauled over and made a big pile. I'll use that for all of my backfill against my foundation because you don't want big rocks smashing into your foundation. It'll ruin your damp proofing, especially on a foam foundation like we're doing. And then I'll have a lot of good material for building up grade, like on front of the shop for my base before I put my road base down. It's just good material to have. Before I haul everything off, I wanted to make sure I had a good stockpile that we could use. Old Ricardo's got himself in a mess. I gotta go fix him. He's got that. What do you got going on here? Okay, here's where we're at. The winter has definitely struck. The skid steer broke down the other day, so I have no way to push the dirt. We made this big pile over here. I made a video last time, but it didn't come through for some reason. We finished up screening that rock into 2-inch minus. I piled it all there for use in my backfill. So I just got all of this dirt to move here. Everything's ready. Bought a dump truck. That's another story. I'll get into that. But I just can't do anything. Winter has completely shut me down. So we're into February now, and man, it's been a rough winter. So I'm just waiting for things to melt a little bit or do something. The road that I take the dump truck down right here down past the driveway is just a sheet of ice. There's no way. So might be a minute before I got another video, but just waiting on winter.